What? Who's gonna start in the midfield? In the Prem it gets physical, so who's gonna glide when it gets real? Frankie de Jong and the team, so I guess that we wanna play cheap ball. No defensive midfielder when the team next season, fam, that's a big call. Like fam, it's a big move. Something like Carrico Busquets, so I can see what style that we wanna do. Still no money transfer from the Revolut, still move slow with the deal, so there's nothing new. And there's so much work that we gotta do, but we ain't on piss like Waterloo. I said we ain't on piss like Waterloo. What? That bar was mad if you think it through. What? Yo, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Therms, and I'm joined today by Edwin and NK. And today we are going to go into like Manchester United. We're going to go into the heart of our root cause issue. Yeah, Maguire, let's put him to the side. Do you know what I mean? But Ronaldo, 50-50 fan base is split. Let's put him to the side. What we're looking at, right wing even. Let's put that to the side for now. What we're looking at right about now is the midfield, the long-standing issue with midfield. Guys, I ain't gonna lie. First of all, how are you guys doing, man?
Good, thanks, and you?
I'm all good, bro.
Good.
I'm all good, bro. We chopped it up. We chopped it up the other day about Manchester United and our De Jong and what the hold up was with that. And I think today, what we need to do, since we're sort of certified that he's gonna come in eventually, is see who's going to be playing alongside and see how that formation or that midfield will fare, should I say, against some of, the best in the Premier League or even anyone in the Premier League, Man United, we've been like kind of accustomed to different types of midfields. We know about different types of midfields. You have your Busquets type midfield, who are more like elegant and more tactical, clinical. And then you have your Wilfred and Diddy type midfields, who are more of the leg breakers, the brutes, the beasts. And I think Manchester United, when we've been watching our team, we've been looking at Bruno Fernandes going so far and wide and running off his line, and Pogba as well not having that defensive capabilities and getting forward, that we really wanted someone to sit and be a ball-winning midfielder. And Erik ten Hag is challenging our thoughts and about how we view a defensive midfielder and the system that he wishes to implement, where he's going for De Jong, who's going to be sitting deepest and collecting the ball off the defense and then starting off that attack, basically. So what I wanted to do is share a team which I put together on a random sort of what do you call it, like internet generator thing. Can you see my screen?
Yeah,
we can.
Cool. And we can change this first and foremost. We can edit it to what you feel. First of all, this is, from the names that we've been linked with recently, Eriksen is looking like he wanted to stay in London. I'm hearing it's not so much of a big issue anymore. But Tottenham, again, and Brentford was the competitors. And I'm hearing, as you probably would have heard, that Tottenham has got other priorities at the minute. So it's out of Brentford and Manchester United. So I thought I'll put him in, because if we lose out against Brentford, then that's going to be a shame. Anthony, obviously, as well, we've been linked with him. It seems like an easy enough deal to make if no one else comes in for him. And I don't think anyone else is linked in for him at the minute. And then obviously De Jong, as we've been discussing. I threw in this name here, Rome. This is a guy that we've recently been linked with as well. What team is he from, NK? No.
Yeah, he's from, is it Hoffenheim?
Hoffenheim.
Yeah, I think, the German team, yeah. I think that's where he's from, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
That's where he's from.
Hoffenheim, yeah. Okay, hopefully he turns. I haven't seen him before, I haven't heard about him before, but I know when Ron's in our group chat was talking about him and he liked his way of playing and his style. So hopefully I'll be able to get to watch some matches like of this guy, man, some reruns. But guys, first of all, what do you think of the team? Do you think this is realistic going into the new season? Or do you feel like there's going to be certain additions that is going to come in and certain people that's going to be holding bench? Because I can make the quick tweaks now.
Yeah, take Maguire off.
You think he's not going to start? Or being... No, not what we not. Let's look at it like not like what we want.
Well, if we gonna play this formation or this place that you play there, and clearly you have seen like the midfield lack they're kind of like proper tacklers too. And one thing I know the manager likes to is he's like his centre back to be able to defend one-on-one. Maguire ain't the guy to do one-on-one defending too. So I don't know. He might be a squad player, but in terms of like starting, I struggle to see him starting since he cannot do that one-on-one defending too. But we can put him in here for the basic. We can leave him in here.
No, it's the thing is not even necessarily about his ability. Do you think it's going to be Lindelof and Varane? Do you think it's going to be Timber and Varane? Do you think it's going to be Timber and Maguire? Do you think it's going to be Martinez?
I think
throw these guys in.
I think what NK said is right. I feel like with Maguire, he's not. I feel like watching Ten Hag, he likes players that do one-on-one, as NK said, but he also likes players. Huh?
I know you're gonna agree.
No. I'm not gonna agree with him. No, I'm not gonna agree with him. I'm just saying that.
No, my thing was
why I would take him out.
Okay.
And it's not because I don't. It's just that the way he plays, he likes play footballers that can play football as well. And we see with Timber and Alvarez, they're good with the ball at their feet. So I'll put Lindelof there, just for now, until we actually certify going to get someone.
No. Do this. Put Verona on the left hand side and put Timber on the right hand side. Let's just say that we're gonna get that because.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we do that. We can swap them around on my. Yeah, that's it. Just swap them around, and then that's it.
I don't know how that random arrow is there, but let's, for argument's sake,
let's make it so that we can see the goalkeeper. I can see the goalkeeper. I don't know.
Sorry, it's De Gea, but it removes Ronaldo. I'm assuming that's going to be De Gea.
Yeah, that's it. That's fine.
So this is what we agree, right? You know, hopefully we do get in Timber, by the way, or Martinez. You know, whoever. You know, we get in a centre back, and then left back again. That was loose. We're loosely linked. It's early days with this guy Rome, but you know, we'll see what happens. And then obviously De Jong and Eriksen and Anthony's been some of the more stronger links. So and obviously, you know, we'll just wait on Timber. So look, this is what it's looking like. So I know in the last time we met, we were talking about De Jong quite a lot, right? And let's move on from the transfer business in terms of, and now into the tactical sort of formation setup. And you know how these guys are going to be, you know, fit into Ten Hag's squad. Can they all play together? Now, first and foremost, what I wanted to start off with is this the correct formation? Do you think Erik Ten Hag is gonna start with this formation, or do you think it's going to be a different style formation that he's going to go with, like a 4-3-3?
I think it will be this type of formation simply because he doesn't like to play De Jong as a long six. He doesn't like to play him as a long six, so he always like to play him in a double pivot. So yeah, having someone next to him is more likely. Fair. Yeah. So whatever the midfield is, I think it's going to be a double pivot, someone next to Frankie De Jong. Yeah.
So are you going, Edwin, with a 4-2-3-1 as well? Do you think it's going to be Erik Ten Hag's formation?
I think this is the formation that Man United as a team are used to, and Ten Hag played it quite a bit.
So what stands out to you then when you look at this team? Like, because what stands out to you?
I think Van der Beek and De Jong, because I know before 2019, before De Jong left, them two played together, and they were quite good together actually. They were both a bit younger. They played together. They know each other. They're in the Holland team together. But it's like, if I'm honest, even though I have my reservations about Bruno, can we fully leave him out the squad?
Look, that was one of the things I was going to say. You know, what do you notice differently? Because everyone seems very comfortable and blasé, you know, with a guy that just signed a new contract, and he's not in the squad. I feel like he has to. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I think I don't know whether I'll put Eriksen where Van der Beek is for now, and put Bruno where Eriksen is.
Yeah. See, this is where I stand. See, what
do you think?
No, don't change it. Don't change it. No, don't change it, bro.
What do you think about Bruno?
No, look. Let's just look. Bruno has been good for us. Look, he has been good for us. But my biggest problem with Bruno is whether he can adapt into how the manager want to play. We know Frankie De Jong can play how the manager want to play. We know Van der Beek can play how the managers play. And that Ajax team, when Frankie De Jong was there, he played as the 8 next to Frankie De Jong in a double pivot. And he also plays as a 10. I think they favored him more as a 10. I see more than on the film. But he done both jobs too. Yeah. Bruno, I think without the freedom he struggles. Yes, he can give you the assist. He's very good at creating chances, and he's very good at scoring goals. But it's the other side of the games. Whereas, if for example, the team, we want to keep the ball, can he keep the ball? You know, can he keep it simple for us to kind of like keep the possession of the ball sometime before we kind of like suffocate them? I don't know whether he can adapt just yet. It might probably take him some time before he adapts and get into the team. But if it's a case where we get De Jong and we get Eriksen, I see these two starting in that midfield three, where we're gonna have a number 10 and then a 6, and then a 6 or the 6 and an 8. I think Bruno's gonna lose out on that midfield. I really think he's gonna lose out on that midfield.
So Edwin, do you agree with what NK is saying with that in terms of De Jong?
Yeah,
and
because
Eriksen
I think, remember, I think I said this to you. Did I say this to you this week about the midfield? Sometimes when you don't have a midfield where you have an enforcer, I think that the benefits, as we've seen from teams like Man City, is even if they don't have a ragged midfielder, and the best form of defense is possession, right? And if you got players that can pass the ball, or like NK saying, play to a system and look after the ball, then I think it's better. Bruno will lose the ball too much, and like I think he will struggle to fit because he really just likes it to be about him. He likes to do too much complicated things. So I think in this type of formation, he'll probably give the ball away too much.
And also, friends, quick question too.
Yeah.
With Bruno, what was the one thing that he used to do last season, even though he was playing as a 10? What did he like to do? He liked to get on the ball. You know, he was dropping deep, getting the ball. He liked to get the ball. But in this team, the guy who is going to be getting on the ball much is going to be Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong is literally going to be the playmaker. That's what he's going to do. So can Bruno be the guy where he say, oh, you know what, I'm not going to get the ball. You know, when you stop him from dropping in deep to say, hey, you know what, I just want you to just stick here and I don't want to. Can he do that? Because he loves to be the playmaker in the team. So that's what the question is. Frankie de Jong is going to be the playmaker. He's going to be the guy that collects the ball in the middle. Anytime anybody get the ball, he's the guy that they will look to give the ball to. No Bruno. They're not giving to Bruno no more. They're giving to Frankie de Jong. So when he's in a team and then he's in a 10, can he be disciplined to just stay there, or would he be dropping him to say, hey, give me the ball instead of Frankie de Jong? So I don't think Frankie de Jong. So if I go back to the lineup again, I don't think necessarily that. Let's just say this is Bruno for argument's sake. Right? I don't necessarily think that Bruno is gonna need to drop deep, but I feel like he's gonna do it anyway. Exactly, that's his game. So I think it's gonna happen anyway. And what you may see at times is Bruno even further down and De Jong even further up at times. But my thing is this, right? And then Donny probably somewhere in the middle, floating for most of the game, and then he likes to get onto the edge of he likes making those late darts and those late runs into the box. So what you may find is like during the play, the build-up play, he would have initiated it, picked up from the defense, laid it off to one of these guys. He will do his thing in the middle, lay it off to Bruno. Bruno's going to be doing it. Bruno will be everywhere, but he's going to be ended up running in the box and getting. No, but you see, in that midfield three, for example, one of them will probably, I would say, have like a limit. For example, when you go and everybody is kind of like pushing away, De Jong, for example, he likes to be everywhere. You know, he's more. He likes a free role. Yeah, he likes to be everywhere, you know. So that's one thing about him. I think that's why he struggled at Barcelona too, because Barcelona got Busquets who play on the 6, so they don't really want to start attacking from. He will drop deep, collect the ball, he will move the ball up by progressing the ball and everything. So he will do that. So what happened is when they push everybody forward, Van der Beek will have to be the guy that literally kind of like, he's not going to necessarily get involved too much instead of like going into the box. He's going to have to be stopping at some point. You know, obviously the centre backs will push high up the pitch too, but he will be probably right there. Like he will be behind De Jong. At no point should he be more further up than De Jong. It's going to be what they're going to have to rotate. You know what I'm trying to say? So for example,
I think they'll be rotating a lot, but because De Jong expressed his desire to be the first one that sees the defense. I feel like it will always start off with this, but during the game,
but I'm talking about when
it'll be like maybe like
the
this.
thing is, that's one thing that you're gonna see to where these players too. They're gonna teach them on how to read the game in certain situations. So and this is where I say to you, like, it's important what players you have. So for example, if the young collect the ball from the center backs and he's running with the ball and go all the way, let's just say to next to where Bruno position is, Van der Beek need to be smart enough to know that, look, he has left that space in there vulnerable, so I'm gonna stay there. And this is what a lot of the players naturally will do as time goes on. They literally have to think and be able to cover space, which is what our team hasn't been strong enough with, where face rotating. And it's going to be the same thing with the centre back too. If the law is to go up, for example, our left back to just say, hey, you know what, let me drop deep and make it a back three instead of a back four. That's what I said to you. In Tehag's system, how the formation look on paper and how they play is very, very, very different. So we can sit here and then say, oh, you know what, they're playing a 4-3-3, or it is different. The shape is different when they have the ball, and the shape is different when they don't have the ball. So the players need to just have the intelligence to be able to kind of like read the game. I don't know if you watch, what do you call it? The Steve McClaren interview. And then when he was the manager, and then he said that, what do you call it? The opposition changed formation. And then he asked him, what do we need to do? And he said, don't worry, the players will change it themselves. So that's why probably maybe he want to get players that he's used to too, because that's going to be something that the players need to be able to adapt to. When things are on the pitch, they need to be able to tactically be able to change it too. So yeah, what's
do you think
so will be different?
Do you think, Edwin, that this midfield of what we just shown is capable enough of withstanding the opposition, like your Wolves, like your you know what I mean, your Netos running at you, or I think
they are. Look at Man City. They played. Who did they play in the centre back? They played Rodri, and at one point Bernardo Silva. And when we saw from them,
Rodri's a ball winner though. Rodri's a DM.
Rodri's a ball winner, yeah, but like the thing for them was the possession.
By the way, Rodri is not a ball winner. He don't really like that, bro. He just good at position. He positioned himself very good in position, but he don't necessarily win it.
I think what NK said is right, and as I said, I feel like the best defense is possession. Like these are players that can actually are good with the ball at their feet. So I think this midfield could work. You know what I mean? As long as they keep to the formation, and NK said, what we saw with Man United, there was so many times where players weren't disciplined, where there was so many spaces in our team. If everyone keeps compact and know where to be at the right time, it could work.
And also, friends, another thing too is, I think against the smaller teams, especially when we are home, you will see teams taking more risk. You will see them literally taking more risk. But when you play your big teams where we're playing, say, your Liverpool and then your Cities, I think that's when the fullbacks are going to be more needed to kind of make it through at the back. Or make it, do you know what I'm trying to say? So, for example, if you play Liverpool where you are going to be pushing so many people high up the pitch, you tell one of your fullbacks to say, hey, you know what? In this particular game, I don't want you to go too much forward. If you watch Ajax, for example, David Blind and what's the other right back name? The one that went to Bayern Munich. What's the name? Yeah, that's it. If you watch most of the games here, he will be more higher up the pitch, and Blend will be the guy who was more kind of lower, making it more as a three at the back, rather than making kind of a 4.
Let me show you this, because I brought this up. So this is Rodri, right? And it shows from this is more of the goal attacking type of statistics up here. We've touched on this, we've used this before to try and analyze some of our DMs. We've done it all together, right? Box to box DM situation. And then this is more of his creativity, the mental bit, do you know what I mean? The technical skills, and then this is more of the defensive type stuff. But what we can see here is that he's more he's more of a guy that has probably got more of the technical creative stuff. So pass completion, passes attempted, progressive passes, progressive carries. So it seems like he does do a lot of carrying the ball forward. and probably less in terms of the pressures, the tackles, interceptions, and blocks and things. Those are some of them, not the strongest points. So aerials, one,
exactly,
and clearance.
But then
So this does tally up with what you were saying.
Yeah, if you see 2-2, that's why Kyle Walker don't necessarily go back to. If you see Kyle Walker don't push forward for City. He does not necessarily push forward, so he uses pace to help them in the transition, buy City players time to kind of like help the centre backs too. And I feel like that might be something that we can kind of like adapt to. The thing about DM is that there are different type of DMs.
Yeah.
And it's about how the manager choose to use them or what he wants as a DM. Like for example, Kante, the role of Kante and the different managers have changed in the past. Some used to use him as a box-to-box. Others used to tell him to kind of like sit and everything like that. So I think this manager is going to surprise us a lot. And our previous managers, we were all kind of like, because we were used to kind of, the transition was bad. Players were just literally like running through us. So everybody in our mind felt like this team needed like a Declan Rice to kind of like just sit and literally just like clamp. We as fans felt like we needed someone who was good at winning balls, like the tacklers. But this is going to be a whole new manager too, where first of all, probably going to keep the ball more than defend like less and everything like that. So
see, that's the thing. So my thing is like we're talking. So the thing is this: we're talking as if like to say Erik ten Hag's system is going to be implemented like successfully, right? However long it takes, we're talking like it's going to be implemented successfully. And now my thing is this: when I look at that midfield, I don't see. And you remember, like, what do you call it? Xavi has criticised De Jong before about his positional sense. His positioning. He likes that positional football, and he's criticised De Jong about him maintaining and being disciplined in his position. Like, he likes to get the ball and bomb forward at times and support their attacking play, right? Leaving their big spaces and gaps in your midfield. So my thing is this: yes, if Erik ten Hag can implement his discipline and his formation where these guys are gonna be present there, like Van der Beek or whoever it's gonna be, Eriksen, whoever it is, or Bruno, is gonna be filling in those spaces and not leaving massive gaps where it ends up being like this at certain times, then that is a good, that could work. But my thing is this: a lot of the guys that we have, even the guys that are not here with Scott McTominay and Fred, they've shown some of their better sides to them progressing forward. And what they haven't shown as part of their star quality is their defensive ability. Like, yeah, they've got energy, but in terms of their positional discipline, I would say, and their ability to manage being by themselves as a DM role, by themselves, while the other guys go, Pogba, whoever it was before, going on and doing their thing, or Bruno. So what we need to do, if Erik ten Hag doesn't come along here and implement that positional discipline, and these guys are doing their own thing, who is going to be that guy that we can say, snap, this isn't working, we need a proper DM now to come in and help and do the sweeping? Like, who is going to get, because it doesn't look like we've got a plan. It doesn't look like we've got any DM, like real DM that is like aggressive in that sense that we're looking at. So if we just go for this and this doesn't work, what's our plan B? Because I've heard as well that we don't have plan. I heard Erik ten Hag don't have plan B as well in 90-minute games at times. He doesn't have plan Bs.
No, but do you know what may work for him though as well, right? It's the fact that De Jong and Van der Beek have come through his system of a squad and come through his like tutelage as well. So as much as they've been away maybe for a couple of years, I think they'll understand the way he likes to play. You know what I mean? Maybe Sabi just doesn't. Sabi came in last season? Obviously, he's got a way, him being a midfielder, how he wants his midfield. But like NK said, like, Ten Hag might be able to get the best out of two centre midfielders he's worked with and help nurture. You know what I mean? He probably knows them better than a lot of managers know them. So it could work. There's always a possibility it can't work, but it could work.
Yeah, but friends, again, when you talk about plan B, that's what's telling, like, the plan B will be to then ask one of the fullbacks to start being more attacking and being more of where, for example, when the ball goes there, let's just say Dalot, you ask Dalot, I don't want you to push so much high up the pitch. I want you to more drop a bit, position yourself in a way where, yes, and then they form like a back three there. So that Veron kind of like cover the left-hand side, Timber, exactly, but then maybe a bit more higher up. He will be more higher up. So now, no, I'm talking about Dalot will play more as like a DM, necessarily, yeah. So to kind of like create that kind of thing to help, all you need to do is
that what Walker does? Like what Kyle Walker does for City?
Exactly. That's what I'm just trying to say. It's not necessarily, look, you can be the best at winning tackles and everything. It's about your positional sense. You know, where do you position when you have the ball? Off the ball, the other guys, and I feel like this is where United, we have been so bad because I feel like when we have the ball and we are playing, the other players just ball watch.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily watching the players because when you go there where you're going to have like your Anthony's, your Bruno's, your say Van der Beek, all of them cramped up in the box, what it does is that it's going to push the opposition further back. But they're going to have one or two players just standing like maybe in our halfway. So what you do is that and this is where it's very key. Either your fullback or one of the players need to sense the danger to know that if we lose the ball, they got this player on this left-hand side. So I need to be aware of him. To be standing on him. And that's where the best DMs or the best midfielders does, you know. They know where the danger is, to know that if my team was to lose the ball right now, this area here is the danger zone. So let me position myself here. So let's just say Bruno give a bad pass and the centre backs get it. When they clear it to that danger zone, because the players already know that that's going to be the danger zone, they are already there waiting for it anyways. So when that guy receives it, he's not going to even have the chance to be running. And if he does, he's going to have someone there. So all that player just need to do is that he just need to buy the other players time to regroup again. And that's all it is. But when you are not in the danger zone waiting for that guy, then it's chaos.
But if he can't implement his tactics, just assuming he can't, right? He can't implement his positional sense, and it becomes an issue where, like, his positional discipline in this team, and then it would require someone with brute like strength and energy, like we have with the Freds. What do we do then? Like, say it doesn't, say he can't. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, and see, this is what I'm talking about.
Because we ain't linked with any.
No, but you can put your Fred in the team all you want. If they're not smart enough,
but even Fred is more a bet. Even Fred is not the answer, because Fred is more of the guy that I prefer going forward. He's not that guy that does that thing. I feel like
but then that's Matic. You, like,
I think since Matic left,
you can get a guy. You can, but then look, he did it with his second team where he created I think he's called Alvarez.
Exactly, Alvarez.
Yes. Alvarez was a guy who literally had a limited role, where he's just choosing.
But he was defensive. He was more defensively like astute than.
Yeah, and then he just kept. But then again, it was because of who he was playing next to. This is why I say, whoever they get, De Jong partner is kind of a good, because say if you get De Jong and you get like a DM who also want to get on the ball, then it's like you wasting him too, because De Jong like to kind of like get a ball. So it's more about finding someone to complement your playmaker, which is something that we didn't do with Pogba. We're supposed to find someone to complement Pogba, for Pogba to be great, not necessarily find someone to do a different kind of a job. It's all about finding the players to complement De Jong. So when you get De Jong, it's not about, I want to find a DM to just sit in here, whereas they're going to get into De Jong's way or whether. It's about finding someone to complement De Jong. And as long as they complement De Jong, I don't see why it doesn't work.
Look, I'm excited to see how that midfield plays together, because one thing I know is that Eriksen on the ball is tidy. Do you understand? Frankie de Jong on the ball is tidy. Donny van der Beek on the ball is tidy. You playing all of them three together, you're gonna have guys that know when to pass, where to pass to, possession football guys. Hopefully press resistant guys in the squad now with Frankie de Jong. Do you know what I mean? And even Eriksen, would I say is press resistant?
By the way, Van der Beek, that guy worked hard. I think against City, where Lampard used him as a DM, but he was working hard, you know. He was working hard, like chasing after that. So he might be able to kind of like the finish. Look, we're not going to get all the players in the first season. No one's saying like we're going to win the league. Even though that team on paper, you look at that team on paper, you feel like, hey, we might
don't even go there, bro.
No, I'm not going there, but look, we need a squad. Even if the first 11 is good, we need a squad, and we don't have the squad to do that. We don't have the squad to do that. But I'm just saying,
later.
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying.
I'm not saying nothing.
in the first season, certain players will have to probably do roles that he might have to kind of like accommodate certain stuff. For example, naturally, he might not want Van der Beek being the double pivot next to De Jong. But if he cannot get the proper player that he needs next to him, then Van der Beek will have to do it. And then the next following season, he will address that kind of a position. It's all about having a squad big, good enough to get us the Champions League football, which is the target for next season. And I feel like that team that you showed me on paper, I don't see why it will not be good enough to get that top four. A proper DM or not, I think it's good enough to get at that kind of a target. And maybe next season, if the defensive thing is still a problem, then we can just address that DM position too.
This might sound a bit wild, yeah, but even if it's not Van der Beek, I ain't gonna lie. Fred might play well with.
No, Fred ain't doing that. No,
I like Fred.
Let's not do that nonsense talk.
No. Wait, listen. I'm talking about if we don't sign anyone else, yeah, I'd rather Fred play than McTominay.
Ten Hag is gonna get the best out of.
Now, do you see what I'm saying though, NK? If we don't get no one else, yeah, and we had to choose between Fred and McTominay, I'm going with Fred. At least he showed some consistency last year.
Fred don't have that positional discipline, man. He just run everywhere, bro. He just run everywhere, man.
De Jong will be sitting there. Ronaldinho will be going up, doing samba and getting assists. He already knows what happens.
I don't know. The thing is, you know what? Preseason. I think our first game against Liverpool is on the 12th of July. It is going to be.
Yeah, worry about Brighton. Worry about Brighton. Forget about Liverpool. Worry about Brighton.
Oh, no. I'm worried about I said preseason. Our preseason against Liverpool. You know that.
Okay.
Our first preseason game is against Liverpool.
But we're not even gonna have what you saw there is not. It's not even gonna be that. You're gonna see man them like Hannibal Mebry, and you're gonna see guys
even what's that guy's name? What's that Brazilian guy? Is he still at Man United?
Gomez. No, he moved on. Gomez. You're talking about what Brazilian guy?
No, the other one. You know the one.
He's not even Brazilian. He's Portuguese.
Herrera,
is he still with us?
Apparently he's coming back. Who knows, man? He's coming back. He was on loan.
Yeah. So all them people will be there pre-season.
You might even see Lingard. Lingard come back and smash it up in pre-season.
Yeah, we will know the formation.
Man. He said his goodbyes already on Twitter. He's gone.
But watch him come back and have a solid pre-season, and we re-sign him again for 30 million.
But we will know the formation that we're gonna play on pre-season, man. We will know, man. And there are certain players too that you know what, it's gonna be a good opportunity for them to also stake a claim in the first team too. A fresh start, who knows, you know? Mendy, who's a centre back, he's there. Tuanzebe too, he's coming back too. He's there too. If in led right back too, you know.
Do you think Elanga should play? Do you think Elanga should start next year?
I think he deserves minutes. I think he's shown.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he was that good. Maybe it's just me. I feel like he was a good outlet because he's fast. But when you actually watch him, what did he really do? He scored an odd goal here and there, but goals and assists, he didn't really do that much. He's very weak on the ball. His decision making was kind of poor.
When you've got a guy that follows instruction, Elanga. When you've got a guy that's got the ability to just follow instruction. Now, I don't need you to be world class. I don't need you to even be quality. If you can follow instruction, you can turn guys like Elanga to guys like Jared Bowens. Do you understand? If you follow instruction, you can get a decent certain level of performance out of them that will benefit the squad. And I think a lot of guys misinterpret, like when they look at all of these players playing for like City, Liverpool, all these guys. Look, these are just guys that are following instruction really well. And right now, we've got a bunch of players in our squad that don't. At the same
time, they've got good coaches as well that can give.
They've also now. Hopefully, we've got some. But right now, we've got guys that are superstars that want to grab the game by its neck and go and run off and save the day and leave us exposed.
All I'm saying is,
NK, close us because we've got a minute left.
And then come back in.
No, but we're done, bro. What do you mean?
All I'm saying is that if Sancho and Anthony. If Sancho and Anthony are going to be like the right wing and the left wing, Ahmed, Pelistri, Elanga, Rashford, they are all going to be fighting for the backup spot.
I heard he's not even in his plans. Ahmed Diallo, I heard he's not even in his plans.
No, we don't know that yet, but preseason is going to be key. So, preseason, whatever the case is, preseason, these people need to go there and fight like their life depends on it, but man, because if you don't play one preseason, you might not even make it to even try get into that position, man. So yeah.
Thanks, guys, man. Edwin, Enki, as usual, good conversation, man. And look, time's ticking, man. We'll see as the days go by, man. But we'll be coming back to you again with the latest transfer news, gossip, rumors, and all of that jazz. But remember, until then, like, comment, subscribe, and support the team. OT99. Peace.
Take care.